Thank you, Reed. This morning we have Senator Bill Cassidy joining us here. Senator, how are you?
Good morning. I'm great.
Memorial Day. I saw you visited one of our local cemeteries.
Yeah, it was very moving. Two women spoke. One lost her son. One lost her husband. It just reminded you that freedom is not free. They were wonderful.
Well, we don't have very much time, so let's go ahead and get started.
Absolutely. So let's start with paid family leave. You were recently named chairman of the Senate Paid Family Leave Working Group, and you've teased a little bit about working with Democratic Senator Kristen Sinema. Your colleague, Senator Rubio, also sponsored family leave legislation that would utilize Social Security funds. Are you trying to build on this proposal, or are you tackling it a new way?
Well, a couple things. There's two parts to the proposal. One part is, can we provide paid family leave? Women have a child. You want them to breastfeed, be with that child they can't afford. How can you do it? But you don't want to raise taxes. So Senator Rubio has one way of financing it. We will have a separate way. I kind of like our way better, of course. But on the other hand, not only do I like it better, but I do have a Democratic colleague, and Ivanka Trump is helping us. And the nice thing about having Ivanka, you figure if you have Ivanka, you got Donald. And so having the president on board, I think, increases our chance of getting ours passed.
Absolutely.
Your bill to end surprise medical costs and let patients know the full cost of medical procedures up front is something you've said is essential to lower the cost of health care. Tell me a little bit about how this bill should lower these costs exactly, and by extension, keep insurance premiums stable.
Bodie, if I could look through that camera and see everybody looking at us, and I said, raise your hand if you've gone to see the doctor or been to the hospital, and you thought it was in network, it was out of network, and your bill was thousands of dollars more than you thought. If we could look through that camera, we'd see everybody raising their hand. So what we do is we say, if you go to an in-network facility, you get an in-network cost. And there won't be a piece of equipment. Yes, a piece of equipment which is out of network, and because of that out-of-network piece of equipment, your bill is thousands more. If you're in an emergency situation and you go, you'll be in network. And then if the insurance company and the docs and the hospital don't like what they're paying or getting paid, then they fight it out, but you're taken out of the equation. We're making the patient have the power. I like to say the patient should be the reason for the care, not the excuse for the bill.
Absolutely.
And so let's make the patient, let's make her the reason for the care. All
right, so let's reference a column you wrote for The Advocate last week. You talked about the record low unemployment rate under the Trump administration. We talked a lot about the jobs the president has restored here in Louisiana relate to energy, and specifically advocated for investing in Louisiana's natural gas. Why continue to build on those resources rather than alternative methods?
Well, first, of course, I want to diversify our economy. But if you're sitting around a kitchen table right now and you have a better job than you did a year ago, quite likely you're in the energy economy, and you are helping to produce that gas in the Haynesville Shale, or build the pipeline down to Calcasieu, or at the Calcasieu Ship Channel building an LNG export terminal. And so we're creating those good-paying jobs. The family has more money, the child goes to maybe a better school, and that generation after generation is improved. We have that. Now, let's diversify our economy. I'm all about that. But in the meantime, let's build upon what we have for that family sitting around that kitchen table so that their life is better off.
All right, and very quickly, Senator, we only have a few more seconds with you. The Senate just passed legislation you proposed which lowered the tax burden on Gold Star families. The Senate unanimously approved your bill, but hit some hurdles getting the House version of that bill passed. Tell me about what's going on.
So Gold Star families, that's somebody who a parent has died serving in our military, and the kids get a certain financial benefit. We're trying to make sure it remains tax-free. It's passed the House and the Senate. In the House, it was part of a bigger package. In the Senate, it was by itself, unanimously passed. If it was legislation, I was able to put up. So I'm very pleased to be able to do that. I think we'll get it through the House. It'll just have to be kind of a standalone, as we say, by itself, not in a bigger package. And then the president will sign it into law. Everyone wants to take care of the children of those who gave their life for us.
Absolutely.
All right, Senator Cassidy, wish we had a lot more time to talk with you today, but unfortunately we are all out. Stick around. Coming up next on NBC 10 News Today, we've got another look at your forecast.